Okay, we're back. Turns out I had some foam in the basement, so this is the leftover pieces from the original base, but I stacked it up too high. Kind of think maybe 3 high might be too much. It's really hard to say. Because I want this to be up one more level and the stream to be like the bottom of the stream bed to be this base. So, yeah, it's hard for me to say. Maybe what I'll do is attach all this foam and get it cut, get the cut for the bridge here, and get the back hang off cut, and then I can use that leftover to figure out if I want to like go up even higher. Could make like the main line that's going through here even higher and have like the branch be, or the like spur be off of that, but yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna have to really cut down the bridge abutment, which isn't really that big of a deal. I don't want, like, one thing I'm not crazy about is scenery that has like over dramatic like cliffs and things that you don't see in nature. So I'd rather see this be like more natural and sloping and not these like hard, rough, like drop offs and things like that. So, and then I can just fill in with sculpt a mold. So, okay, I've got the glue down and everything weighted. So hopefully in a few hours this will dry, and yeah, we can try to. I didn't tackle the back part. I just wanted to tackle the main forms and let them dry, and then I can come in and like do more carving or design in the back where like the farmhouse and maybe the parking lot is. Maybe the parking lot is down a level, or I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so here's the progress. This is the bridge abutments not cut down. And if I leave the height of the foam like this, then I have to take 2 notches out, so this is kind of what I was originally thinking. I don't know if it's hard for me to gauge like how deep this is gonna be, like once this is cut down, and then there's a little bit of embankment here, so that's my only concern, is like I cut it down too far and then everything's like super shallow, where at least if I were to build this up more, I could probably like have a little more room to like play with the depth of the river. And even like when I pour water in it, then the water can actually have like some depth to it. So I do have, I think, enough material that I could probably like, I'm gonna do this and this. That would probably be enough for the main line in the building. I've got a few scraps here like that could fill in this little gap here, and then I have the white messy foam that I could like fill in this, because I really just want this to be a little bit higher up, so I could like maybe direct the river stream. It's not a river, it's a stream, like into this back corner, and leave this whole space for like the little farmhouse. And then this back area here could be like parking or whatever, and I can figure out some like a retaining wall or slope this between the building and like where people would park. So yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. Slow and steady. Even if I add another layer to this, I still have to take at least one notch off of this. So maybe I'll take a notch off just so I can get a little bit better gauge of height. I'd rather take it off one at a time and not have to figure out how to glue it all back together. Okay, attempt number 2. Phone decided to freeze up on a few of my previous shots. So, all right, so all the foam work is done. I used up all the rigid foam that I had, and I had some of this like packing foam from some furniture, so I filled in this gap, which I figured was fine, was because it's mainly scenery area. This is roughly the layout that I wanted for the track. Just trying to figure out what the right distance from the edge to the center of the main line should be, which I don't think is going to matter on a diorama, and then from the center of the main line to the center of the little industrial line. I don't know if there's a minimum or anything, or if I should consider like some sort of like drainage ditch or fencing, or I don't know. But I need to figure that out so I can figure out exactly where my building's gonna go. It's about 6 inches deep, so almost exactly to the, if this were left in place, it would be almost exactly to this edge, which might be fine. I'd probably have to figure out some way to build up this area, because I think I'm gonna put like a truck loading dock over here, and then may do some sort of parking area here, and then maybe this white area will be like the little farmstead that's been here for 100 years, long before the industry and the railroad. And then a lot of this, I mean, this is a big drop off here, but I'll probably really gradually slope this off, and the stream will be pretty narrow through here. But I want to fill it with like a lot of scrub brush and like overgrown, like you might see. And last night I was sort of realizing that this is a 70-foot span. It's probably a little big for the size of the river stream that I wanted here, but it's what I got from Central Valley, and I figured since like the ties and the turnout and everything with Central Valley, it'd just be really clean to do all the track work like straight down, because I have to attach the Code 83 rail directly to this, and it should be very interesting. No idea how I'm gonna do it. Anyways, so now it's sort of like figuring out what's the next step. I think once I figure out the layout design over here, I can probably do some sculptor molding along here, because I need to figure out exactly where this is going and what the height of all this is going to be, so that way I can start the track work and get that in place, and then I can probably start to finish out some of this basic stuff, and I'll worry about the structures at the end. But at least if I were to get all that done, the wiring done, I could at least like move a train back and forth on it. All right. I think final recording for this video, but this is the space for the industrial building. It's 14 by 6, which is roughly the size of the building. I don't know if I'm going to modify the footprint. If I do, I would add a little dock on like a loading platform here, or I could add it on here, because there's definitely space up here. And then so this is 2.5 inches from the edge, the main line, and then it's another 2 inches to the branch here. That should be fine for a diorama. And then I've got all this spaced out, and yeah, that's it. So I don't know if I need to carve any of this down, or if I should leave this here and like sculpt a mold down. I'm trying to decide if I want to do. I feel like a building like this, whether I put like an L on it, or I put a little garage or a little like tool shed or something. It's got a building of this age is gonna have like an outbuilding of some form, and I'm just concerned about how much space there is, and I don't want it to be too crowded. But I was thinking maybe putting a little one-car garage with a basketball hoop. Like, yeah, it's an old house, but they're modernized or whatever. So, the other thing I want to figure out, I marked where the throw bar would go here. I'm not going to do a tortoise. I may, for the sake, I may not do anything. I may make it very manual because I don't need to, but I may also make it like an Arduino switch, because I may do sound and lights and other effects on this, so it's not really that big of a deal to do a servo, and I have them, and it's just a matter of drilling a hole down through and getting it to the bottom. The only other thing I'm trying to decide is what's the front, because I put all the like factory edges on this side, and all the cut edges are on this side, and it's a little sloppier on this side, but it really wouldn't be that big of a deal to like sand it and like fill it in with plaster or sculpt a mold and like smooth it and paint it. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're focused on the track, then I guess this still is the front, but I feel like the majority of the scenery is like back here. So who knows? We'll play it by ear. Cool.